3. Sorry, I just...
Intro.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, welcome everybody to the Average Bro Podcast.
Yes.
I'll do a poo. Get out of bed.
Well, I guess you could say, technically. And with that, we
It does have
are...
an outro, so...
Excuse me, young lady?
No, there we go.
Oh, the ding. You're trying to press a ding. Okay.
Look, I got the little bell.
Yeah, it doesn't really work unless you speak at the same time.
What do you mean? How doesn't it? Doesn't pick up on the bell?
Not really.
Hold on, let me give it a
Sounds
quick
like a
go.
weird gun. It sounds like a weird gunshot.
Just hit it as hard as you possibly can.
Welcome to...
Sorry, I thought you had everything going on. I mean, she's like, calm my ears, because it's quite loud. But...
Yeah, but we can't hear a thing properly. So
$2 on special from Bunnings. We got for Axel.
Oh, did you? That's very thoughtful. I'm sure Axel's going to have a great time ring-a-dinging that.
He did. Well, actually, technically, he started playing with the box first. Like,
When are you going to change the voice?
what, you didn't notice?
Oh no, I thought you hadn't noticed.
This is my regular voice, can't you tell?
I'm
By my long,
Troy.
luscious hair.
Remember, we've done this bit already, Troy, a long time ago.
I'm no longer Troy. I am
Troyine.
Troyina.
Troy, that's the word. That's the name we went with the last time.
And,
Yes. Hey, Carl, you're looking pretty hot.
thanks, babe.
Welcome
back.
to episode number 107 or 108. One of those two. Yes. Welcome on
That's not you
board.
keeping track.
Yeah, well, it's been a little while since the last recording, so I'm kind of like, was it 107 or 108 last time? But I think it was 108. But anyway.
I try not to date every episode, Jackson.
Yeah, well, you see, when you're...
It is, the date today is 2000 and...
Yeah, look, when you're in a basement in Bunbury, you lose track of time.
Feb the Hana of Hana.
It is the 21st of the 10th August of the 25th of the August of the 25th. Shutting down.
Just had a stroke trying to work out what you just said.
It's all fake news.
Yes, welcome aboard. With me today, actually, okay, so I should say, I'm some guy called Jerry.
Every time you say that,
I know.
it's like we're
I know.
guests.
Please welcome Boomer Boy. How are you going, Boomer Boy?
I'm a white guy, and I'm ready to kill.
I love that. I'm just going to use that every time. I did that the last couple of episodes, I think.
Along with me today is also popular movie star Alexei Tatarov.
And we're going,
Dare
guys.
I say?
Your movie
is
was
there
such
any-
an inspiration.
You guys got any jaws around here?
Have you
Well,
ever
let's
thought
go
about
live
boiling
to
yourself
Alexi.
up for me?
Let's go live to Alexei. How do you feel about your movie being rated higher than Superman?
I'm quite proud. I'd like to thank my sponsors.
Who's sponsoring?
Yeah.
Was it a pickle jar?
Have you heard of
Pickle jars?
Paramount Studios? Please don't sue us.
On what grounds, mate?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a missed opportunity for Paramount.
It
One man,
truly
one job.
was.
The family cut.
Oh
True.
yes, the extended cut.
Shreds, you say?
Where's Schneider's extension? Where's the
okay.
Schneider cut? Yeah.
This is snow.
The 4-hour slow-mo high-def 4K zoomed-in cut. You can feel the glass.
What's on the glass?
Yes.
One of those 4D cinema experiences where
Oh
the
no!
audience gets their own jar.
Shreds, you say?
That's the episode for you guys. Nah, I can't.
Oh,
Got available in cinemas and
You
coming
in?
soon. Oh, flipping heck.
My main question is, how do
do a
you
poo.
now?
Oh yeah. We should
I've got
actually check in
several
on
additional
Alex.
buttholes.
When you poop, it forms a glass jar.
It's all fake news.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
What a start.
Far out. So other than that, as my highlight, that conversation, let's get into some highlights. I want to round up some quick ones. So I haven't seen a Kia Tasman yet, but however, I did see a Mitsubishi Triton, sorry, with a fake taxi car sticker, and I'm like, legit fake taxi or
Wait,
just a
fake. Oh, you mean like the fake taxi
Yes.
cast?
Yes.
I thought you meant like a fake taxi thing.
No,
but
an actual adult entertainment sticker.
nice,
On a Triton. Checks out.
nice.
And the scary part is, it's in like the block next door or house like nearby. So I'm like, okay, that's concerning.
I just
go
realized
knock on
out
the
of all
door.
the soundboards, I don't have that one.
Oh well, you gotta get on that. And
Yeah.
my other quick little highlight was a hilarious observation. Now, Troy, you and I are very accustomed to this. Well, not really, not me anymore, but public breastfeeding story. I was with my daughter at swimming lessons, and there was this very large lady sitting down on the bench, and she had her shirt over the toddler, and you see this toddler standing up, just going. It's just a weird part because she's sitting here like this.
So the baby comes to get the boob, and she's just
Baby's
like, well,
standing up
over
here.
the top.
Baby's head's like right here.
Yeah.
Like this. And I wish I'd stopped looking because yeah, I saw too much.
I love the super polite way of you saying someone's overweight.
Yes. Well,
I saw a fat woman.
The slightly very large.
that won't hurt me.
She was massive.
So yeah. It's just
Jackson, you
funny.
know you don't have to look, right?
I know. I'm just like, what's that baby doing?
And you
then she takes,
especially
like,
don't have to stare and make eye contact for that uncomfortable amount of time that I know you did.
no, it wasn't that long. I'm like,
And then
what's the
thirdly,
baby?
you didn't have to line up either. Hey, where's my tune?
He sits down next to her. Hey, you want $20?
Hey, heard you're hungry.
Man, what would make my coffee taste better?
Some fresh milk.
Has anybody got any milk around here?
Anyone? Oh goodness me. So yeah, that's just my two observation highlight things, I guess you could say. Kyle, has your world been flipped on its head, or is it still the same old?
Still pretty average. The highlight of
Oh.
the last week was me putting 50 hours into a Battlefield 6 beta.
Oh,
50 hours.
good
Yeah.
job.
Wait,
This is your
that's like
unemployed friend.
that's like a full week's work. Did you do 12-hour shifts? Yeah, I did.
Pretty much. This is what your
I'm sorry,
unemployed
was
friend
it-
does on
it-
a...
Must have been really good then, the game.
Oh, I loved it. It was fun.
I'm
You've
seeing-
convinced me. I'm gonna get it when it
I'm
comes
seeing
out.
so many
And it's half
Instagram
price on
clips
Steam.
about it, and like obviously because it's in the beta still, there's a lot of people like finding ways to get out of bounds and stuff like that.
Yes, I may or may not have abused the rooftop glitch at some point.
No, what are you gonna do?
It is what it is.
Yes. Anyway. But yeah, so what's some of the main
And-
things you like about it so far compared to previous titles?
Well, it's more so the fact that it plays like 3 and 4,
Okay.
and it just looks really good. And yeah,
And you can
Just
break
generally
stuff
fun.
again.
oh, you can break a lot of stuff, and it's nuts. You can level so many things. So
Yep.
so good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good.
I've seen a bit of a well, not really a bit of a worry, but like people are thinking tanks are a bit too powered again. But
Well,
Well,
they are pretty strong, but at the same time, they're very easy to destroy again. Like
yeah, okay.
when you have the
well,
RPG,
that's
you
good.
start off with enough rounds to wreck a tank, and same if you're playing recon class and you get the C4, you have enough C4 to wreck a tank, and your C4 automatically like refills over time instead of having to find ammo crates. So that's a bit.
Oh, well, that's good. So it's balanced. It's got a good balance set.
Perfectly balanced.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Good.
Fair enough. Troy, you seem to have a list full of highlights, so let's go through them.
Ah, where do I begin?
You don't have
I
to make that
woke
sound like
up,
you finished.
did a poo, went to work, got out of bed. No, I finally finished our what is it, the
Laundry.
the laundry bench that I did. And my mum walks in and she goes, "Oh, you just got to fix the brown cork around the side." I'm like, "I have fixed it." So yeah, it's looking better than what it was. It was. I've realized that people that actually do like specifically corking work and gap filler work and all that, like, it's a harder job than I thought. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be that difficult, but it was a real pain in the ass to get it right, and I still screwed it up. So multiple times too, but I fixed it in the end. But yeah, so I finally got that done. My mother came down for a visit, and at the same time, I got her to bring a trailer down so she could pick up some pallets from me, and so we could take it around the corner from our place and get some rock. And so now I've done a rock footpath from our driveway to the street, which is what I wanted to do at some point. I originally want to concrete it, but I'm hoping to use some I forget what it's called. It's like special glue for
Grout?
mulch. No, it's glue it's like a special glue for mulch to keep mulch and stones in place.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what it was called. It's got a specific name, but basically you just spray it on the rock and it stops the rock from moving.
Okay.
And if you use enough of it, you can actually use it to make a footpath. So that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, nice.
So I've started that process. And other than that, regular, normal day, I was driving around Clyde and someone pulled out in front of me and I almost crashed into them.
Oh.
Had to swerve around them quite literally. Like they pulled all the way into my lane and almost into the other lane. In front of me. Like it wasn't they pulled out and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just go around. No, it was, oh!
Oh, speaking of which, we should mention that Kyle has seen a Kia Tasman, and Troy
I
and
did,
have
yes.
not.
That was definitely a highlight. Kia Tasman in Port Lincoln. Only one though.
The shit. It is
But
the
like,
shit.
you mentioned also like the BYDs.
Yeah, I saw a BYD here for the first time as well. But it looked ugly as because it was a full Arctic white paint job.
Ugh.
I saw one with
Do you
an
get many
L-plate.
Rams?
Sorry.
We
Do you
got
get
a
many
lot of
Rams?
Rams here. Yeah.
I'd imagine
We
there'd be a
got
lot around there.
Like a lot of the builders here use them because they're really good at hauling, like towing.
Yeah, so it should be. Yeah.
So, and we've got a dealership here in town who, they're like the licensed Dodge Ram joint. And they're doing quite well.
Oh, there you go. Good.
I was gonna say I saw a BYD Ute with an L plate on it. I'm like, oh, alright, that's a concern. Like BYDs are coming that so much common that people are doing the L's in them, and it's kind of like that's kind of frightening. I'm scared.
Are the BYD Utes like full electric or are they like a hybrid?
I'm not sure. I thought the whole thing they were meant to be electric, but they could be hybrid, which kind of makes more sense. But they have to be though, because there's so many of them. But would hybrid be more expensive than electric, or?
Ah,
Don't know.
I've only ever seen the electric ones most of the time. Yeah.
Then they must be all electric then, if that's the case.
Or at least they all look like they're meant to be electric. But yeah, we see a few of them around here. In fact, I think it wasn't a BYD, because we went to Bunnings, we went to the new Bunnings, basically closer to Jackson's place than my place. And there was a guy it must have been a BYD, and I looked at the screen in the middle of like the car, and it's the size of a tablet. I think I mentioned it. It was just ridiculously big. I think it was a BYD.
Yeah, okay.
Because they got massive screens on them in the middle of their thing. Don't need it that big. What are you watching TV or something?
Well, I haven't been in one, but like I imagine they're pretty crazy because like I've been inside a Tesla, and yeah, their screens whoppingly oversized and unnecessary, but yeah.
But hey, what if you want to play Tetris while you drive?
I do play Tetris when I drive. That's what traffic is.
That's what navigating Melbourne traffic is.
Navigating Melbourne traffic is. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
High stakes Tetris.
That's what school traffic is for. Whenever I'm driving down the freeway after 4 o'clock, in my head I'm going dun 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 dun.
Goodness me.
Carmageddon, you mean driving in a school zone?
Come again.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I found the soundboards for Carmageddon. I was going to add them to this.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of soundboards did it for Carmageddon?
I could actually maybe search them up.
I'm trying to think like of any
Like,
iconic
sorry,
type.
go. And that's what it sounds like. I played a couple of them, and you got the when they get killed and stuff, when the people get run
pets.
over. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I just remember wah.
Because of the cows.
Oh yeah, the animals. Yes.
But here's the funny thing: the repair sound, which is like, I can't do the actual sound.
No, yeah, that's a tough one.
But ironically, a lot of the sounds, it turns out they're actually separate clips that they put together.
Oh, okay.
So they got multiple, like, there's multiple sounds, but they like the repair, the sound of of the car being repaired. There's two different sounds that they just play over and over, like back and forth,
Okay.
and it gets the car repair sound.
Right, I did not know that.
But yeah, I was meant to do that the other day. Damn,
They
completely forgot.
probably the best coming in game was number 2, Carpocalypse. Now that was so much fun.
Which one was the?
that-
I'm trying to think of whether it was the first, the second one. That's not the new one that they made.
No, that's the remake. It's that's Reincarnate,
G-
which is a great name because it's a play on words with a car, and it's so good.
I think. Oh, I think number 2 was the one I played. Actually, no, I didn't play number 2. I think I played. No, I only played number 1.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Really, number 2 was better.
So much fun.
Really?
There was a one of the vehicles you could play as was an old World War II plane. And it's so weird because you just see the plane driving along the road. You don't ever see it fly or anything. Yeah, that was a wacky game, but yeah, some good times. I remember
Wait,
my cousin.
Did
showed
you
me that
still
game.
have the guy's face in the background in the
Yes.
second one? Okay, good,
Yes.
good. 'Cause
Mad
that was-
That's
Max.
the.
No.
He's
I
the
think it was-
character. He drives the big truck, doesn't he?
Who?
Dude
Mad
who's on
Max.
the cover of the game.
I
I
think
can't remember the pictures. Sorry, I couldn't.
No, I'm
tell you.
It's like
talking
a
about
bold
the-
dude.
Yeah, I'm talking about the picture of the standard guy.
Yeah, no, the standard guy is correct. Yeah, he's always in the top corner or wherever.
Yeah, and every time you crash, he's like,
Yes. I think you
Yeah,
can
I remember. Because remember how
And his
there's like
head-
little power ups you can pick up,
Yes.
and there's one called instant handbrake where it instantly makes you stop, and every time you would
Oh,
had
yes.
instant handbrake and you did it, you'd watch his head slam into the camera.
Yes, good times, good times. Yeah. Alright, enough about Carmageddon. Troy, do you want to start off with your topic, please, about quote unquote
Okay.
boomers?
Okay, so my topic is for today is I'm a boomer boy.
He's a boomer boy.
No. I always come across news articles, or not news articles, but articles by prominent news websites, and I use the term prominent loosely because the websites are places like Veg Out, which is one of the ones I found. And I come across all these news articles that basically bash boomers. They're not always boomer bashers. Sometimes they're Gen Z bashers. Sometimes every generation's got issues, but I see a lot more boomer ones. And every time I read one of these articles or read these, 10 things that boomers did that Gen Zers couldn't handle or millennials couldn't handle nowadays, I always get a bit of a laugh because sometimes they're the most retarded things, and sometimes you can hear in the person, like the way the disdain the person who wrote the article feels towards their parents or the older generations. So I thought I'd bring up a couple here. And this is Veg Out, and it's 8 things boomers were right about all along, and we've just now realizing. Number 1, not trusting the auto pay and subscription services. Remember mocking your dad for manually paying bills each month, keeping that paper checkbook register? He knew exactly where his money went because he physically sent it there. Every payment was a conscious decision. Today's subscription economy counts on us forgetting a meditating app from the meditating app from 2019, 3 streaming services we don't watch, the meal kit delivery we keep meaning to cancel, companies bullying entire business models on our inattention, or building entire business on our attention. The average person wastes $273 monthly on forgotten subscriptions.
Jeez.
Damn.
Oh god. Now, to be fair, these are usually American articles, so it's based on American stuff. But
Of course.
so tell me, how do you guys feel? Do you think boomers were right about subscription services and auto pays?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely. Because back in Cleve, I remember we just my mum and dad used to pay the rent, and they'd do it by going to the post office. Like,
I remember, yeah, people used to go to the post office to pay for stuff, or to send the check in the mail.
or pay the bills. So yeah, that's probably like almost 15 years ago now. That kind of lifestyle, well, not kind of lifestyle, but way of paying bills and
I was a bit
and
bit older than that.
And subscription services weren't really a thing back then either. Like, I don't think there was anything around that time, like no major streaming services outside of YouTube.
Here's the thing that I kind of look at, like, it's not really a boomer thing to have subscription. Like, it's not really a millennial or Gen X or Gen Y thing to have subscription services. Boomers have subscription services too.
Yeah.
And you don't need a subscription service. It's actually much better when you think about it. Like, do you really want to walk to the post office to pay your electrical bill?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to, like, what's the difference between doing that and looking at it on your phone and clicking transfer money? You know where the money's going.
Exactly.
Like, auto pay is not designed, like, subscription services are designed to capitalize on your inattentiveness, but auto pay, like for bills and stuff like that, that's designed to just make it more convenient for you and your bill player. That way, if you can afford to pay it early and get it quote discounted, even though it's not really a discount, then you might as well auto pay it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There's another thing too was, like, you got to a point where, like, they were trying to tell you, oh, you can do it online now, and then people start complaining about, like, no, I like going to the post office, or I like going to the bank, or something like that.
That is the convenient thing, is you can actually go out and do something you're forced to.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, wanting to talk on the phone instead of texting. Just call me. Seems like most boomer requests possible. We've spent 2 decades perfecting the art of avoiding real-time conversation, turning human interaction into... I can't pronounce that word.
How do you spell it?
Asynchronous.
Asynchronicity?
Asynchronous efficiency. Yeah, asynchronous efficiency. Blah, blah, blah.
Shutting down.
I don't know. But I'm not going to read the whole thing because it just goes on. But yeah, what do you think about talking on the phone? Do you guys text or do you talk?
I probably get more video calls these days than I do normal phone calls.
Video calls?
Yeah. Every time someone, wants to talk to me, they'll usually video call me through Instagram or Messenger or sometimes even like Discord.
So I always talk on the phone. It's always a phone call. Like,
Yeah,
I do text people, but most of the time I'm driving, so I'm not going to drive. I'm not going to text and drive. I'll just call. I don't understand anyone that would text and drive. It's easier to just call someone and it's easy, so much faster and easier to, like, transfer information via talking than text, unless it's very quick stuff. The only people I text, right, are like the guy who tests and tags my tools, right? And he just sends me a text, or he'll even call, like, he'll send me a text, hey, I'm in your area tomorrow, where are you going to be at this time? And I can just text him the address where I'm working or something like that. And he usually sends the text at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's the best time to text.
Yeah.
Or I'll get a phone call from him in the middle of the day saying, where are you working and all that stuff. But it's I don't understand, like, do most people our age or younger just only text people? Is that it?
It depends. texting or talking to though, because like
Yeah,
my
like a
boss,
lot of younger people are always like, "Oh, phone call anxiety." It's like, what? Grow up.
See, I actually understand that a little though. I hate calling for like specific things. I hate doing certain phone calls. But but it's one of those things where I'd rather call than text in that situation. Like if I have to make a hard phone call, like I have to call up to organize, I don't know, an appointment for the doctors or something, I'm not going to text the doctor, hey, can you set up an appointment for me at 2 o'clock on Friday this day? No, I'm going to call them up and organize it or do it online.
yeah.
But
Well, like for my doctor down here, like it's all done through an app. You
Yeah,
book all
it's
your
mostly-
appointments through a hot dog or, you know.
I was gonna say, I have the issue where if I have to ring someone for something, I usually put it off because I don't like to do it. But today I had a good opportunity to do it, and I finally acted upon it. So like, it's kind of a hindrance for me to like, have to ring something or someone for an X reason. But
But my question is, would you rather text them, or do you just kind of feel stupid if you're going to text them instead?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Half my phone calls from my boss or manager, I should say, could be just texts.
No, that's fair enough then. But the question, but with work, for example, like if I'm working and someone calls me, I can hear the phone ringing.
Yeah.
For example, if I get a text message, it's just a notification, so it just gets ignored.
Yeah.
But if someone calls me, my music stops or my podcast stops that I'm listening to, or I can hear it if it's the other phone ringing, as opposed to a text which I would never hear.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think 'cause the other thing is too, there's so many methods of communication, like Carl said, the video calls, Discord calls, and stuff like that. So. there's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Pause,
number
sorry, just
Yep.
before- I'm hearing a lot of background noise from your son, and I
Okay.
feel like this whole episode is going to be him in the backyard.
well, hold on a second, Courtney. Can you move him away? He's making too much noise.
Yeah, I was surprised I didn't comment earlier. I was like,
Well-
Courtney said, "I was surprised."
Yeah.
that background
Well,
noise-
I thought you would have, left the room
Yeah, or put him to bed like a normal
or put him to
person,
bed. Well, he just woke up like
Couldn't
an
noise
hour
every
ago,
time I left the room.
2 hours, hour and a half ago.
but- Okay.
You can take the toys.
Yeah, they can move.
Oh my goodness.
So you
back
wouldn't have
to
this
it.
problem if you got him onto alcohol at this age. He'd be.
If I wouldn't have this problem if I'd just gotten the snip. I wouldn't have this problem if I just kept it in my pants. I wouldn't have this problem if I just used the tissue. Oh, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, before you walk into a
Put a rubber on it before you blow it.
Oh, goodness.
All right,
Okay,
number
number
three.
three.
Number three. Keeping physical photos, albums, and printed pictures. I got printed pictures and things right there. So I don't know how that's a boomer thing.
I think it's a boomer thing because they want to remember their family.
Well, so most of the photos I have in my room are like real old
Of you.
ones of my family and whatnot. There is actually a hilarious photo I got of Jackson that is actually a framed picture in my room that
Oh,
was
no.
gifted to me by our mate Todd.
What
Hey,
photo? Not now, but we need
Should
to.
I-
I need to see what photo it is.
Should I give a description?
Yeah.
There is you.
Please do.
And there is a mosaic mermaid with tits.
Oh, I
and
know that one.
You are.
I've done
I know
the
that
same
one.
thing. Is he sitting there holding the tits?
No,
in
try.
the
I'm like
mermaid.
this.
No, it's like he's
Oh.
presenting them. He's like,
Yeah, like I'm like this.
and for some reason, Todd found that
Hilarious.
picture hilarious, which I don't blame him. But he printed it off and framed it and gave it to me for my birthday or for Christmas one year. So,
I love the fact that it's just a photo of Jackson going, look at this in your place.
it's,
you know
no, it's
something?
good.
Do you know the backstory of that photo? I'm assuming you probably would do one of the backstory.
Were you in New
Sure.
Zealand or something?
Yes, correct.
Did you do it on your honeymoon?
No, this is when I was with my family. So when
Ah.
I was middle teenage years, we all went to New Zealand with my mum and dad and my sisters. And there was a I think it's called Akaroa. It's like a French village in the southern island of New Zealand. And yeah, they got this mosaic artistic place, and yeah, there's this gigantic naked model with her tits out, obviously. And so I'm like, this would be funny if I do this. So, and that's the photo that for some reason Todd thinks is the most funniest thing ever. So yeah. I was gonna say the only framed photos I've got, Letitia went and bought some random art from Kmart, and that's the only thing I've got hanging on my wall.
I do have a Polaroid of Kramer on my desk
Oh, that's nice.
when he was.
Oh,
little.
that's adorable.
You put
Yeah,
it-
we got a few Polaroids hanging around, but I don't think it's really a boomer thing. I think it's just a lot of people in our generation can't be bothered to print a photo. That's all. They've still got the
Yeah.
photos, so
Yeah.
They're just
And-
it's like
and
it's
the
on
ones
my
they-
phone.
yeah, and the ones they actually care about, all the important ones, we will frame and put up. Like I got a wedding picture right there, behind me, right next to my work thing. But so yeah, I don't think it's specifically. I guess that is a boomer thing, but it's not really a thing. Like it says. Remember, this is things boomers were right about, and we're just realizing now. I don't think there's anything to be right or wrong
Yeah, I
about
was
when it
gonna
comes to
say,
pictures and all that.
Is it maybe regarding hanging something? Or? I don't know.
Well, I can read the whole thing, but it's mostly about photos and all that.
It's cheaper
and-
than wallpaper.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
like if you think about it, like how easy is it to just keep everything on your phone or your computer? Whereas like my parents' generation, like mum has a bookshelf, and like one whole giant section of it is just photo albums,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, well,
like
we got
kilograms of storage.
that. See all those shiny ones over there? That's all photos of Courtney that Andrea took, and it takes up that whole shelf.
Wow.
She just loves her daughter, Troy.
But to be fair, right, most of those photos were taken before you could actually just keep them on your phone. Now Andrea has billions of photos on her phone, doesn't she?
Yes, and she's trying to make photo albums or whatever album.
But there's just too many now because she takes that many photos that she has to cycle
and
through
now
them.
look at our wives, Troy. They're pretty much a similar situation where they've got so many photos. On their
Yeah,
phones.
Courtney just came over. You didn't obviously couldn't see it, but she was standing next to me with like these printed photos of Axel, showing them to me, and I'm like, "Yes, I know. You put them up for the birthday."
Sorry, because at mum and dad's, like, mum obviously has a lot of photos hanging up around the house. But if you go into the hallway, the kitchen, and the living room, she's got duplicates of the same photo of me in all three areas. It's like she just like really likes that one.
Good photo.
It's like, oh, yep.
It's the only
Honey,
good
Jenny.
version of him I can find.
It's a photo of me holding her old dog, this dog that I absolutely hated. But she's like, oh, I love this photo of you and Jack. It's like,
it's you at your peak. That's when you peaked holding the dog.
That's funny.
All right, number 4, refusing to put everything online. Boomers use fake names on Facebook, refuse banking apps, never post personal details. We call it paranoid technophobia while documenting every thought online, building detailed profiles for anyone to harvest. Data breaches, identity theft, social media manipulation. Every boomer fear about the internet has materialized. This resistance wasn't fear of technology, but recognition of privacy once surrendered to nearly impossible to reclaim. And is nearly impossible to reclaim.
Yeah.
Now we have VPNs, fake emails, desperately scrub, or digital footprints. We're trying to rebuild boundaries. I agree with that. I'd say that was something that the boomers were right about the whole time. But also, like, I don't think I was always told, like, you probably shouldn't be posting everything online. I'm like, well, I don't, fortunately, and I privatize all my stuff and all that. And only my friends can see Facebook and this. But also, the funny thing is, when you think about it, it's almost impossible to escape from, like, people asking for your information or things asking, and it's mostly like companies just trying to find out like where your area is so they can give you the best product for where you are or what you want.
Yeah. I think also because the rise of scammers and they mentioned like the rise of technology being ever present, and like there's kind of that draw like, oh, you should post this on here, or get your name out there just so people can see your stories and stuff.
It's a real two-edged sword, though, isn't it? If they're the generation who was most against putting all their private information online to avoid that thing, but they're also the generation that falls for the most online scams.
Well, that's kind of the funny thing, is that they're unaware of it to a degree. So it's kind of it's kind of a moot point at that point, because we all know what to avoid and what not to fall for.
Yeah.
But I remember talking to a guy I used to work with, right, ages ago, and he went on this massive rant about how, like, basically his generation, they tried to protect like their identities and tried to keep stuff from being online and all that, and then basically our generation, or the generation after, I think he was talking more Gen X and millennials as well. He said that they went out there and they just gave it all away and basically legalized it and made it all like that it was fine for people to know. And it's true, right? When I got into a car accident, I didn't. I remember thinking after the fact, maybe I shouldn't have given that guy my, because it was his fault. Maybe I shouldn't have given him my photo, gotten him to take a photo of my driver's license, because now he knows what my address is. And if he's pissed off, even though he caused the accident, or he's told his mates, they know where I live, you know? And technically, you don't have to actually give your your details to someone in a car accident.
Yeah.
But at that point, you have to get the police involved so you can give it to them so they can sort it all out.
The other thing too, I think, is also that like the rise of the YouTube channels, like of Scammer Payback and all those other scammer fighting YouTube channels, are raising awareness for that older generation to like not get hacked and not get scammed and stuff like that. So I think that's also.
Well, ironically, do you know how most people fall for scams, or most scams are set up? Right, they're socially engineered.
Yes, correct. Yes.
They're not actual, like, it's got nothing to do with technology or this and that. It's a simple little, someone knows a couple of your details and they're waiting for the opportunity to strike. Like I read an article about this this couple that accidentally gave like $50,000. It was meant to be the deposit for their house or part of the deposit. And they got an email from the conveyancer with the bank details, right? And all the details with the, like, everything was correct, right? Except for the email address.
Oh, no.
And the bank details. So it had their names, it had their conveyancer's name, it looked like it was the conveyancer's website, but they didn't check where the email came from. So they sent the $50,000 and then they called up the conveyancer. All right, yeah, we sent the money through, and the conveyancer goes, we didn't ask for that. We haven't sent that. It hasn't been finalized yet.
That's unfortunate.
And yeah, so they were out $50,000 just because someone knew their details, but they didn't pay attention at a critical point.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I forget what the term's called, but there's a particular term for it. It's when people like long-term plans, long-term schemes or something. Someone's keeping track of your email and all that.
Yeah, okay.
But I'd have to agree with that. Yes, we probably don't put everything online, although sometimes it's a little bit too late. We're making this podcast after all.
But that's why we're making it from a basement in Bunbury.
Yeah,
That's right. We're in Bunbury, even though we've.
with the famous guy who put a jar up his ass.
I've said to Jackson this before, Kyle. I've said, you know, we've probably given away all the information someone needs to figure out where we are and where we are and all that from all our previous episodes. With 100%. If someone wanted to stalk either of us, they could totally figure out where we are.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard, I guess.
Yeah, I know where you are because Jackson keeps saying it.
Well, I'm glad he's over there and we're out here.
So yeah, watch out. You might have a stalker at some point. All right. Number 5, insisting on owning rather than streaming. So the DVDs and stuff like that.
Yes.
Those DVD collections we mocked, they still work. No subscription required. No content disappearing mid-season. No movies edited without notice. Boomers understood ownership means control. Streaming turned us into perpetual renters, dependent on corporate decisions for access to culture. Like your favorite TV show vanishes because of licensing disputes. I have to agree with that, actually. Definitely. I 100%. But like, it's not something we're realizing. Like, I guess people are realizing that now because I've always known it. Again, I don't like subscription services, is why I don't pay for my own. I only use other people's if they let me, and I don't need it.
Yeah.
If someone wants to take away my my quote Netflix, they can go ahead. I don't need it. I'll just pirate because if renting.
box.
What was the term? If renting isn't, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing.
Correct. Yes. I think that's still very valid, especially in these new days.
I've seen a trend in a few videos lately of people who do have massive Blu-ray and DVD collections of them setting up essentially their own hosting service
For other people, yeah. Well, that's what
if you're good enough
that's
with
what it should be.
computers and whatnot, yeah, you can.
That's how the internet
much-
should be.
Like
Because
just buy
Continue,
yourself a disk drive and scan all your DVDs and Blu-rays and upload them to a hard drive. And then there's this app you can download that essentially functions like a Netflix catalog. You can scroll through and pick all your titles and whatnot. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
So what really irritates me is I'll go, oh, I haven't seen this movie in ages, right? I haven't seen this movie in years. Like I'm trying to think of Happy Gilmore, for example. You know, I haven't seen Happy Gilmore, but if I wanted to watch it on YouTube, I got to pay $3 to rent it. A movie that's like over 20 years old that I've seen multiple times that I used to rent a DVD or just buy the DVD for. Now it's like $3 on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, I'd rather just I just use a streaming service that's free. You know, I'll just find a free place. And again, as Kyle was saying, like people have these Blu-ray DVDs, but I don't think they're actually allowed to set up a streaming thing. I don't think they're allowed to put the DVD on there for other people to watch.
I suppose they're not doing it
to torrent, for
it's
example.
like they're digitizing their own collection. So essentially, like if you have a external hard drive bank or anything like that, you can digitize your own DVDs just by if you have a computer with a disk drive.
But what I'm saying is the moment the person who owns it, right, the moment they put it online for other people to stream or to watch or to download,
illegal.
Suddenly, yeah, it's big. It's not illegal for them to take it from him, but it's illegal for him to put it online for them, which is which I understand it to a degree, but there has to be like a 10-year limit or 20-year limit on that sort of thing, like how copyright works. Except copyright's like way too so long. Because how long does it take for a copyright to like the Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie thing?
was it 20?
Is it? It's like 80 years or something.
And I think it depends how much you pay too.
Correct.
Like,
Yes. Yeah.
you can pay to constantly push it.
Renew that stuff. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's a bit unfortunate, but yeah. So yeah, get more DVDs. But we can't. But you can't get them anymore now.
I think that's a good point though, because I think there's an appreciation that's used to go to a DVD or like a Video Easy or Blockbuster to borrow. Like those were the days. But then also the problem with that was caused or created was that to watch something you actually had to go out and hire it. Now these days it's all down to convenience. Now the reason why everything is today is because everything's convenience. Instead of having to go to a physical shop, you just go online and it's just all there, which is good but not so good. But yeah.
So I'm just there. We go. Apparently, I didn't know it had a react button. Okay, so we've got here number 6: maintaining boundaries between work and home. Boomers left at 5 p.m. They didn't check emails on weekends. They had separate work phones, if they had them at all. We called it lack of hustle, while building a culture where you're never truly off. Now we're buying second phones for boundaries, downloading apps to block work notifications, attending workshops on work-life balance, desperately trying to restructure natural separation. Boomers never abandoned. Burnout from constant availability has us realizing that being reachable isn't the same as being productive. I don't know about that. I clock off.
You clock off at 1 o'clock.
I clock off at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, nice and early.
I clock off when I finish work at 3:30 and that's it.
Troy never works a long day.
I never work at
a full proper day.
I work a full day. What are you talking about? Hello,
Wait, you
Axel.
guys have jobs?
That's true. But I guess, Carl, you can't really relate. But
Not at the moment,
Jackson,
no.
do you get work emails on weekends and stuff like
No,
that?
no, I don't get weekends. No.
I think I only got I looked at my work phone on a weekend and saw an email from like one of my managers, and I was like, "What the heck?" And I actually called her up and was like, "Are you working today?" She goes, "No, I needed to. I realized I needed to do this." And I was sitting there going, "What? Yeah, but it's a weekend. Don't do that. Just clock." I literally said to her, "Just clock off." And she goes, "Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have turned on the computer."
Could have said something else, but yeah, no, clock on's more appropriate.
Because she still sent like work email for work stuff on a Saturday, and I was actually surprised because my work phone, which was sitting at my bedside table, went diddling. So I actually checked it because I was curious.
Yeah,
But yeah, does that occur with you, Jackson? Are you like, do you constantly have to handle work stuff on
no, well,
weekends?
sometimes actually annoyingly. So like if I finish at 3 o'clock, right? So I work from 7 o'clock to 3 o'clock. If I'm home like 3. If I'm like home like between 3:30, I'll probably get a phone call still from work. And it's
Wait.
like, oh, do you have to? You could have rung me like 20 minutes ago.
Do you answer the phone and go, "I'm off the clock," and hang up?
No, I probably should do that. It'd be funny
You
to see
should
what
do
the-
that. You should go,
think the
"Jackson,
dude
we
would
need you to know I'm off the clock."
I think the guy would get pissed at me a little bit, but
Good. No. Jackson, don't touch that. Axel's learned how to touch the. No, Courtney, can you take him away?
Fine.
no, you're not. Try harder, woman.
He's gotten fast.
He has gotten fast. He's learned how to control the table, so he pushes the button. He pushed it, and I walk out here, and my table's like my computer's up towards the roof.
He raised you up.
Oh my goodness! So I'll skim through these last two. So we got prioritizing. Well, I've got like plenty more if we wanted to keep talking,
I'm
but
happy for this to be all boomers.
it's got prioritizing in-person interactions.
Yes, that.
Meeting when you could email, gathering when you could Zoom. Boomers insist on face-to-face interaction. Seems wastefully inefficient. Digital connection was obviously superior. Post-pandemic, we're desperately rebuilding social connections that pixels couldn't maintain. Despite being more connected than ever, loneliness has reached epidemic levels. Those pointless coffee meetings were maintaining a social fabric that efficiency shredded.
Yeah, I mean,
I cannot relate. I go see people, like I talk to people on the phone, and my work is, but I work by myself most of the time, so any interactions with other people is a plus for me.
yeah, I think that it's just a boomer thing though, because like the amount of times if I'm walking down the street where I'm working, there's cafes everywhere these days now. Like there's always a guaranteed a couple of old geezers slipping away at coffee or drinking a news. Sorry, I almost said drinking a coffee or reading the newspaper. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, like because I think that's what they like to do.
But what I mean is, it's like, for example, work meetings is a good example. Like, should work meetings take place in the office or online?
Yeah,
I think it depends on the work environment. Like,
I'd have to say that too. Like, if it's an important work meeting, for example, you could go, like, everyone has to come in and see what's going on. But if it's just an update or anything, you can like do a Discord meeting or something like that. One of the things, one of the guys who works for my company or does what I does, he says we should have a tool shop meeting once a month, right? Where all us come in and we talk to the boss and we say what's going on, what we're happy with, what we're unhappy with. And I was sitting there going, yeah, I like that idea. That's not a bad idea, but it probably only needs to be done once every 2 months or 3 months even less. And also, you just want to do less work. you just rather drive into the office.
toolboxes are funny now because when my first job when I was an apprentice at the wind farms, we'd have a toolbox once a week. Then my current job is like a toolbox meeting once every 3 months, and it's literally just a PDF file. You read it and sign on the end of it. That's it.
Yeah. So do you go into the office and with the other test and taggers and chat and talk to the boss or anything like that? Yeah.
Rarely.
Yeah, I don't think it's really necessary, but I think it needs to be. I think it needs to depend on the situation you're in. If you live 5 minutes away from where you work, yeah, drive into the office. But if you live more than half an hour, like or 40 minutes away, then why not just Zoom in?
Yeah.
Like you need to have a balance of both. I think is the best way to have it. And maybe someone comes in every once in a while. Because weren't they forcing him to come into work
Yeah,
once
they
a
have
week
now,
or
yeah,
something?
Bruce.
They've started forcing him to come in. Yeah.
And he threw a hissy fit about that.
He wasn't happy about it yet, but he's not that
He's
social.
He's gonna get a new job, different job, or different position within the job.
No, I think he's changed jobs because he doesn't want to. He didn't want to work
In a child centres.
in a child centres. That's right. Yeah.
You don't want to visit the child centres. Cole hates children.
This guy we know hates children. No,
Fair enough, man.
no, he's just
Fair enough. I hate kids.
no, he's just an IT nerd who just wants to work from home. But
Can't believe it.
this is the last one of things boomers were right about. Using cash for daily purchases.
Yeah, grow up. Get out of it.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Fair enough.
I think it's fine. But
I would use cash at every opportunity. But generally, these days, half the time I leave the house without my wallet, and I'd be screwed if I didn't have Google Pay. So,
I mean, I keep cash on me, but they're saying for general, so using cash for daily purchases. Boomers carry cash seem inadequate to handle, but every cash creates friction that prevents mindlessness spending. Yes. So the person's argument is very much financial. They're saying that basically, if you carry $500 cash on you, then you go shopping for something, you know how much money you're spending. Well, as if you've just got a phone, you just tap it. You don't think about it, which is understandable to a degree. But I don't think it's about having cash, and I don't think it's about being cash or cashless. I think it's just people need to be better at keeping track of their finances.
Yeah, that's true. The other point I was going to make is depending on how much cash you're holding around, the most cash I've ever lately I've ever held is $5.50 in coins. I'm like,
really?
$5.50 in coins doesn't buy you much.
Wow,
I don't withdraw money, and I don't get cash handover or anything like that. Ever.
I've carried $200 around and all that.
Well, then I know where you live. I'm coming over to get some money.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Good luck trying to get it out of my wallet. But
Sorry, where's your wallet?
get out of my prison.
It's in a basement in Bunbury.
Oh damn.
But
Worth a try.
I think it's fine. I understand the concept of because when you use physical money, you're aware of it.
Yeah.
But I just think that means people need to be more aware of when they're using cashless, how much they're actually spending when they're using cashless. And and it's much easier. The easiest way to do that is to set up an account, or set up an account and put a specific amount of money in that account, and that's the main account you spend from. So that way you're still keeping track of how much you're actually spending. Because there's no point what's the difference between going to the bank, getting out $500 cash, right, then going to the grocery store, spending $300 of that cash to buy your groceries, and then you've got $200 left, and then the next time you go to the grocery shopping, you then have to take out another $200 or another $300 just so you can buy groceries again, when you can just use your card or use your phone.
So what you do with that remaining $200 is you go to the nearest gaming room, you chuck it in the Shogun, and you do $5 max bet. So you're going to walk out of there with another $300. Gamble responsibly.
So I can't.
Yeah, but think about it this way, Carl. Instead, you could just transfer $200 to Sportsbet, the Sportsbet app, and then and you don't even have to go to the races to place a bet on the races anymore. You can do it from home.
Same game multi.
It's not a multi.
If your team draws, you pay out and you win anyway.
Except just for South Australia. They like to say that every time in their ads, like, oh, except Australia, South Australia. But yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
actually, you want to play this game? What happens when I put it this high? You can't reach it. Now I'm gonna move this. There we go.
Troy,
There you
time
go.
to put him down.
I think you can still reach it. Hold on a second. All right, so yeah, that was things rumors were right about, and that was my favorite favorite news website, Veg Out.
I've never heard of Veg Out. I'm going to check out Veg Out now.
Okay, here we go. We've got 10 things boomers did as kids that Gen Zs wouldn't survive a day doing. So we can comment on this. Have we already done this one?
Wait, what? So again?
10 things boomers did that when they were kids that Gen Zers wouldn't survive a day doing.
I don't think we've done that, no.
Okay, we've got number 1, disappearing for hours without checking in.
Yeah, okay, yes.
That's just kids, I
That's
guess,
just-
or that's
yeah,
just
correct,
teenagers, really. Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
We no cell phones, no GPS, no tracking, no scheduled check-ins every hour. Our parents had one rule: be home when the porch light out flickers. So here's my argument to do with kids going out hours, right? Survivor bias.
Sorry?
Survivor bias. So survivor bias is basically, well, when you were a kid, we let you run around the place and it run around the streets and it worked
You'll
out
survive.
fine.
You'll survive.
Meanwhile, little Timmy down the road got kidnapped and raped brutally.
Well, he should have been careful.
What was Tim? What's the bad argument? Oh, but what was Timmy wearing?
Oh no! Oh yeah.
The most.
Yeah.
The
That's what they
fatal-
say, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Such a
Timmy-
cop out.
It's such a cop out. It is. I love it. Turns out Timmy was standing on the right side of the. It turns out Timmy was just a little bit slower than you, son.
I knew we should have called our son Timmy.
I love using the little Timmy down the road. That is actually a very boomer thing to say.
Yeah, well, don't name me some Tim.
But yeah, they talk about like teenagers or kids disappearing for hours, but they still do that. That still happens, and people still let their kids go out and have fun and do stuff. Maybe not so much like 8 to 12-year-olds. Like they're probably watched a bit more, but when kids get a bit older, it kind of gets to the point where it's like, all right, yep, go out. Just give me a call if you have any issues.
Yeah.
And I was saying this to Corny, right? I was saying when Axel turns 14, 15, 16, like, I'm just going to say, if you want to go hang out with your friends, go hang out with your friends. Your phone's got a GPS on it. If you're not back by this time, I'll give you a call. Tell me.
I will find you and I will kill you.
If you're not back by this time, I'll give a call, check in to see how you're going. If you're not back in the morning, then I'll use the GPS to figure out where you are.
Yeah.
Or I'll call you in the morning. Like, it's a lot easier. If anything, it's a lot safer now to let your kids go out and do stuff.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot safer to let like kids go out and disappear for hours at a time because they have phones now.
I mean, the thing is, though, people can easily steal phones, but the other thing you could do is implant like a GPS tracker into their skin.
Yes, well, that's my plan. Yes.
Extreme, Jackson, but okay.
You can't steal my skin.
No, I was going to say you put it in their shoes.
True. That's a good point.
But yeah, I think Gen Zers would be perfectly fine out on the streets. I mean, there's plenty of them. Well, they can't defend themselves now because they can't carry machetes anymore, but they'll find other ways to defend themselves.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Number 2, getting our news from one source and accepting it as truth.
Oh no. Oh no. Gee, I wonder what news source that is. Veg Up magazine.
We'd bolt out the door after breakfast and wouldn't be seen again until. Oh, sorry, that's the same one. Hold on. We had 3 TV channels and 1 local newspaper, and that was our entire window to the world. We never questioned whether we were getting the full story.
Oh man, I miss collecting the newspaper back in the
Walter
day.
Cronkite said, it said it, so it must. Walter Cronkite said it, so it must be true. The evening news was gospel, and if something wasn't covered, it might as well not have happened. I'm not going to read the rest of this. I'm just going to say yes, that is a thing that Gen Zers probably wouldn't be able to survive, having to deal with only one news channel, one source of news, and you just trusted it or accepted it as truth. It's good to have a bit of healthy dose of skepticism. So that's one thing that, on behalf of millennials, I can say, yeah, no, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't survive with that. I'd have to just put up with it.
I think our generation and the ones after ours are the ones who now more so than ever are not trusting of mainstream media.
And for good reason too. Today I was listening to this American YouTuber Philip DeFranco, and he just reports news that happens in America. And one of the things he reported was that the Fox News channel, like their Fox people, there's been released like emails and footage and stuff about how biased they are towards conservatives versus Democrats. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, that makes sense. Fox News is very biased, but to the point where they're not actually. Some of the things that some of the people have argued with each other about the reporting is that the inaccuracies in some of the stuff that they've reported.
Yeah, it's always kind of been like that in the US. Fox News if you're a Republican, and CNN if you're a Democrat.
If you're a Democrat,
They've
yeah,
both
exactly.
got their very political leaning news.
I mean, just look at
sources.
how the those LA riots were received by the media.
I mean,
Everyone knows. The only
I was
real
just
news
happy
you
to
get is Alex Jones.
Exactly.
I'm a white guy. I'm ready to kill.
I think it's a bit. I think the only thing I enjoyed, the only thing I believe about the riots is that an Australian reporter got shot.
Yeah, that's the funniest part.
I know that's not fake news.
No,
That's
real.
definitely not fake news.
Quiet.
She got shot,
Quiet.
and
She got shot.
that cop had really good aim.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that was just the best. The turn, turns
Like,
back,
I'm doing it.
and then looks back again.
He used to be a journalist and then took some white.
I swear, what went through his head was, should I do it? Nah, fuck it.
He's probably thinking, I look like every other riot cop here. They're not going to be able to pinpoint exactly who it was.
Yeah, did they actually figure out like who the guy was? Nah.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter.
Oh my god. Okay, number 3 is riding bikes without helmets or any safety gear.
Tell the people of Amsterdam.
You see what I mean with these news articles? Like this is something the boomers did the Gen Zers wouldn't survive. Being out for hours, getting their news from one source and trusting it.
Troy, I think to be fair, this is more
Riding a bike without a helmet.
This isn't a journalist or writer. This is a opinion writer.
I know they're opinion writers. Every one of them are opinion writers. It's just funny to hear like just the way these things. We'd hop on bikes and take off at full speed down steep hills, around sharp corners, and over makeshift ramps we built from plywood and cinder blocks. No helmet in sight. The idea of knee pads, elbow guards, or reflective gear never crossed our minds. Our bikes didn't have fancy brakes or safety features.
Well,
Just
that's
pedals, handlebars, and hope.
Hope. That's the worst.
So, hope that we'd figure out how to stop before hitting something. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's number 4, walking or biking to school alone.
Yep.
So,
we used to do that.
Kids still do that. Kids still do that. Kids still ride without helmets and safety gear.
Yeah.
Like, number 5, playing outside until it was too dark to see.
Yep. Still did.
I think Gen Zers don't need to do that because they've got screens and entertainment and YouTube and stuff. But I'm pretty sure if they had to play outside until dark, they'd probably stop around dark because they'd be like, well, now I can't see anything. I'm going home.
And also, I mean, it's not really play, but treadmills exist with gym equipment.
That's true. Yeah, most Gen Zers don't have time to go out and play. They got to get them gains.
Or
I,
games.
I swear, like the millennial generation, I think we started the whole going to gym, working out like craze to a degree, and then Gen Z is
Popularised it,
just
yeah.
like really popularized it, and Gen Z is just every high school kid or every kid over the age of 12 is in the gym.
I have a feeling that that kind of lifestyle, like going to the gym, was kind of a gatekeep thing because like it was only used by those who were into the professional bodybuilding. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was the, I guess you could
Yeah,
say he was
well,
the first kind of mega
Bodybuilding back in the day was one of those sort of like, it was a taboo
Yeah.
hobby. Like,
Mm.
what are you eating?
It's exactly what it looks like.
Give me one of them. One.
I agree.
In this basement, we have to share food, man.
Not much else to eat here in Bunbury.
But,
yeah, taboo gyms because like I was saying, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think he kind of burst the lid on like not like anyone could go to the gym, I guess. Really.
That's true. So why aren't
He's
you
a
going?
boomer, so that makes sense.
Why aren't you going to the gym, Jackson?
Well, I don't know where he lives, so
This is my favorite one. This is my favorite. Number 6, drinking water from the garden hose.
Still do it.
Still do it.
Yep.
I'm hard on that. I drink from the hose from the job site.
Yeah, well, with the
To be
exception
fair,
of- go.
my entire property runs off of rainwater, so I'm not fussed about chemicals.
I would say that if like what the drinking out of a tap, except for the exception of the recycled water tap. I don't. That's not.
Yeah, no,
That's a
that's
no-go.
not a risk.
I will say what Courtney boils the kettle right. Then she lets it cool down overnight and then pours that into Axel's bottle. So he's drinking the good stuff. No chlorine in that. Just good old fluoride.
And now he's being yes, good old fluoride. Yeah. Alright.
She's got to stop letting him in.
Yeah, you should put a big gate in front of your door.
Anyway, would you like to hear the rant they say about drinking water from a hose tap?
Oh, go on, please do.
When we got thirsty during outdoor adventures, we didn't run inside for a filtered water or sports drink. Sports drink.
Sports bet. No,
Sports bet. Sports drink. Sports bet. We got on camera.
hydration responsibly.
What are you? What are you really drinking?
Think about what you could be drinking instead.
I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Oh god. We found the nearest garden hose and turned it on and drank directly from the nozzle. That warm, slightly rubber flavored water was perfectly acceptable refreshment. We'd spray it in our mouths, over our heads, and cool off. Never once worried about what might be lurking in those hoses that had to be sitting in the sun all day.
Sure, I can imagine like if a tap was hooked up to like coconut water, you'd be there forever.
I wouldn't stop. I'd be bloated.
Oh, far out. That's the hardest I've ever laughed during a recording.
I know.
Carl, we've had this running bit where we like to parodize those sporting ads, especially
Sports
the ones
bet.
at the very end.
What are you really gambling?
Yeah,
What are you?
explain
What does it
why.
really cost you?
Yeah.
So all this
Because
talk
those
about
ads-
water has actually made me thirsty.
That's fair. I'm thirsty
literally.
too. The heater's
BRB.
directly above me.
Oh,
I grab my water bottle.
Ah.
at least it doesn't turn the frogs gay.
Sports drink. What are you really drinking? That's getting clipped.
Definitely. Think about what you could be doing instead. Oh gosh. Oh, there we go. Carl knew you were that.
Settling disputes with our fists is number 7. When a disagreement escalated beyond words, we handled them the old-fashioned way, with quick cuffle behind the school building or in someone's backyard, or quick scuffle.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, maybe when they were kids, but kids still do that. They still get into fights.
Yeah, but then as soon as there's fights, everyone's like, "Oh, why did the parents done? The parents have done something wrong here."
It wasn't considered violence. It was just how boys and sometimes girls work things out.
How times have changed.
These fights usually lasted about 30 seconds, ended with both parties slightly bruised, and somehow resolved the conflict. I don't know about that.
No.
Isn't that, back in my day, we used to just bash up anybody that disagreed with us.
That little Timmy, he carrying up to me and thought I was
Poor little Timmy. You go talk to the stranger over there. No, you go talk to him. How about we fight over it?
Timmy.
I guess Timmy lost. Yeah.
I think the way to go with that little Timmy bit is like just imagine Timmy from South Park.
Ah, Timmy.
Timmy.
Timmy. Timmy. Timmy. Timmy. Timmy. Jimmy. So I'm remembering an episode where when Jimmy's does roid it up.
I'm also remembering, I misremembered a quote. There was always like a running bit in the episodes where, "Oh my gosh, they killed Kenny."
You bastards.
Yeah.
I missed that. I hope they bring that back in the new episodes. Being bored out of our minds regularly, number 8.
Well,
Still happens.
We experienced something almost extinct today, genuine and mind-numbing boredom.
yeah, I think what happened is like social media applications like Instagram, TikTok, and all that have come to get rid of that feeling of being bored. But then again, the reason why you're on those apps in the first place is because you're probably bored.
Yes, but hear me out here. This is 10. Remember, this one is 10 things boomers did back in the day that Gen Zers wouldn't be able to handle. And I 100% agree. I reckon if you took away a tablet from a kid, they would not survive.
Yeah.
I mean, they would eventually adapt, but the first time, like, they wouldn't be able to handle being bored,
Yeah.
so to speak.
I mean, this is reflecting on my child a bit. Like, I remember it was good family time when you play like Scrabble or Words Up or just any board game that wasn't too overly competitive or whatnot. But
That's fair. Yeah, I love
there's always
Monopoly.
something pleasing about that.
Monopoly always brings out the best in people.
Oh, doesn't anyone?
So when I was a kid, when we lived in the farm, like, we didn't watch TV much at all. Like,
Yeah.
we were always outside doing something. I remember my cousin Teresa came to visit with her husband from Melbourne, and he was like dead set gobsmacked that we didn't have a game console or anything. He's like, "What do you guys do?" Like, it was like, "Oh, I'm 10 years old. I have a car that I thrash out in the paddock." Like, and he went and bought us a PS2, and we still hardly used it. Like,
What do you do now? What do you do now? What do you do for 50 hours a week?
Important research.
Oh goodness. I was gonna say because like my cousin Josh, when he was growing up on the farm, they didn't have a TV. Yeah, everyone at school was like, "You haven't got a TV." And yeah, well, he didn't need a TV because he was on a farm, so you know.
So I have a bit of a middle ground experience with this because I grew up in the suburbs.
In the bush.
In Belgrave. I grew up in the suburbs in Belgrave and that. And at first we had like TV, we have video games, all that stuff. And then I got thrown out in the middle of the bush in a barn. Yep. And I just found out something recent, right? I recently found this out from my mum the other day. Turns out, right, she was doing a bit of a dodge. We weren't living there.
Oh,
We weren't supposed to be living there. Her registered address was somewhere else because obviously the property didn't have a house or mailbox or anything, or power, or water. And honestly, those couple of years when I was living in basically off the grid, like we had tank water that only flowed through
through, like gravity, and we had to use a generator to power everything. Those were some of the worst times, worst couple of years.
Yeah, okay.
Because I literally, I took the four-wheeler that we had, because we had like a little track that went for about, because it was 72 acres of bushland, right? It was just on a mountain, yeah. And there was there was a square track that would go up the property and then and around. And I took the four-wheeler down it like 4 times, and I was done. I was like, okay, I don't know what to do now. So I'd pretty much get home from school and jump straight on my computer and play like Age of Empires, Mythology, or I'd rewatch cartoons or animes that I'd had, or I'd rent DVDs and that. It was the most interesting thing I did when I was living out in the bush was basically chopping wood for the fire and getting the fire going and all that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like between all three of us, we kind of all had lots of moments like that or living experiences. Because that was
but this wasn't the same as living on a farm though, because there was literally nothing to do. Where I actually walked into you could walk half an hour down to the river and pick mussels.
Oh,
and that was it. You'd walk half an hour downhill, I reckon it would, or around half an hour. I was surprised. I could have gotten bitten by a snake, right? And my mum would have never found me. I could have been poisoned by a snake, and I probably could have died without her even knowing.
Well, I remember my parents because we lived 15 k's out of Pinaroo on this property on Angel Road, and Mum and Dad would be like, "All right, we're going into town to shop." And so that would be by the time they drove in there, did all the shopping and then come back out, we had a couple hours to do stuff. Me and my brother would always get into the petrol, make a petrol bomb of some sort. At one point we had set one of the back paddocks on fire, and we're running around like frantic idiots with big shit's corrugated iron trying to stamp it out. And we're just like, oh.
Don't tell Dad. Don't tell Dad.
Yeah, see, if I tried anything like that, the whole forest would have burnt down.
So thankfully Pinaroo is just a very flat, sandy area.
Yeah.
And it was only the stubble after harvest. So there was nothing too major to burn. But yeah, it was it got to when I turned 10, my brother would have been almost 12, and Dad had went and bought another car, and so he just gave us his old car. It's like, here you go. It's like, sweet. And then we used to thrash that out around the paddocks. I remember he gave us 2 rules: was don't crash it and don't get it on 2 wheels. And in the first 10 minutes of me being in it, I had it up on 2 wheels and nearly rolled it. And I remember watching Dad march out the back door of the house out to the paddocks, get out. And I'm just like, oh.
But Dad, I said, I promised. I won't do it again.
Next minute. Yes.
All right. So I don't think Gen Zers would be able to survive being bored.
Yeah, no.
Okay, number 9. I should have been pushing that the whole time. Number 9. Getting real consequences for poor grades.
That didn't exist for me, but maybe my parents when they were young, maybe.
When we brought home a bad report card, there were you can tell it's America because it's a report card. There were immediate and sometimes harsh consequences. No negotiation, no excuses about the teacher being unfair, no grade appeals to the principal.
What were they?
Bad grades meant losing privileges. No TV, no playing with friends, no extra chores, or being grounded for weeks. Oh my God, that's horrible. Bad grades mean extra chores. That's like the worst parenting style ever. Ugh.
What? Aren't they called report cards here too?
Aren't they? Oh, well, maybe they are. I don't know.
I mean, it's been a while.
I don't remember. I thought, I could be wrong.
End of year report cards.
I just remember them being end of year reports, not cards.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I suppose you do bring home a sheet of paper that has what your grade is. Yeah. But anyway, that's already terrible. You know what? You got a bad grade, son. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to punish you by getting you to do more chores. I understand the take away TV or take away No, don't call. You're not allowed to call your friends until you get it. You're not allowed to have friends until you get an A in school. I get the note. Taking away TV or something like that. But yeah, that's a good idea. Give them more Give them more work.
Yeah.
Our parents didn't blame the school system or demand meetings with teachers to discuss why little Johnny wasn't being properly motivated. I should have changed that to Timmy, but yeah, little Johnny wasn't being properly motivated. The message was clear. Your performance is your responsibility and poor results have the real world consequences. We learned quickly that effort mattered and that there were genuine stakes attached to our academic performance.
Look where it got us today.
In our effort to protect and nurture, we have accidentally created a generation that's less equipped to handle life inevitable bumps and bruises. Okay, so I have to say, I don't agree with the whole school system at all when it comes to, first of all, schools don't raise kids. You raise your kids.
That's true.
That's the thing. Like like the only people boomers can blame for Gen Zers are boomers. Or whoever. What generation of Gen Z are they? Gen X's kids? Is that right?
Yes.
Or are they still boomer? We're boomer kids, aren't we? Yeah.
Kind of.
It's a bit of a mix.
Yeah. Depends what year, because like you could say like Carl's parents are probably boomer, definitely.
Yeah. So Gen
Why?
X is kids born between 07 and 2012, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
And then Gen Z are their kids. Well, essentially, yeah.
So
2012 to 2020.
I know that the cutoff for millennials or Gen Y is 1995.
Oh, sorry, 5.
Or 5. It varies. It's like 5 or 4, but basically, I'm considered a millennial just. So I don't know how old you are, Kyle, but I assume you're the same age as Jackson. So you'd both be late millennials.
Yeah, I'm a 93 kid.
Yeah, so you're at the cutoff. You're around my point, so we're all technically millennials. But Courtney might be considered a Gen Z. You're a millennial? Is it 1995?
End of this year I am.
It's the end of 1995. So yeah, it's so yeah, that's when Gen Z starts. So I guess some boomers would be parents to Gen Zers, but mostly Gen X, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But
I was just gonna quickly say, back in those days, I think boomer parents at the time when they were younger, when they had children going to school, and that their kids were coming home with bad grades, they'd always like, "Oh, that's not good. You're not gonna get anywhere in life. Or you're terrible. You can't do this." Blah blah blah. Like that was a massive like importance to them that and like if they failed, then they viewed their kid as hopeless.
how did your parents feel about you guys when you got bad grades?
There was always hope, I guess.
It was
Don't worry, son. There was always hope.
It was kind of like a mixed reaction thing in my household because obviously the religion that I was raised in, they don't really want their kids doing uni. They think it's unnecessary.
Oh wow!
Really?
Like you put more time.
I didn't
towards
know that.
God. And then, so when I was getting bad grades in year 11 and 12, and I remember Dad momentarily getting mad at me, and I was like, "Well, I'm not putting in any effort at school because what's the point?" And then he goes, "Oh, well, just try a little bit harder." I was like, all right.
You're giving me mixed messages here.
but yeah, like I only really ever put in effort into lessons I enjoyed anyway, like English, music, and that was about it. Community studies maybe, because
Year
community
12
studies
for
we
me
got to
was
pick whatever we
absolute
wanted.
Year 12 was like really not necessary, but
I am 50-50. So with my year 12 schooling and all that, and year like I probably should have just left school early. I did my full I got my VCE. I probably should have just gone and done a trade or went and did a trade. I'm definitely glad I did do VCE in the sense that I feel more educated than a lot of other people, and yeah, but whether that's helped me in life is 50-50. But it was also one of those things where if I had known all this, like if I'd known that, because I went to a private school, if I'd known that it was costing this much money, for example, or if I was more aware of what was going on in the world itself, I probably would have dropped out myself and gone, I'm going to start earning money at 16 and do a plumber or carpentry apprenticeship or something. Like, but I didn't realize any of it at the time, and I didn't want to go out and get a job, so I just kept going to school. And my mum didn't seem to care too much whether I got a good grade or a bad grade, so I just kind of got I just got mediocre grades. Like she just wanted me to have a proper education, which I got in the end, so worked out fine. But she certainly didn't care. At that point, it was a bit more like she was happy that I'd caught up to my peers because I was struggled in primary school, and until I went to a Montessori school, and then I caught up to everyone else. So I think she was happy with that. So anything after that was a bit of a plus. But it certainly didn't matter. And you know how, like, I always got told by teachers in school, like, oh, you know, your ATAR or your grades are important, but there are other paths in life, and there are other ways of doing things, and it's not the be all and end all. But and they were right. But honestly, I wish they'd said it. I wish they'd said it doesn't matter at all unless you want to do this specific thing. You know, if you want to be a scientist specifically, you're gonna have to do this. If you want to become an engineer or something, you have to do this course and you have to go to uni and all that. Oh, and if they said, if you want to be a firefighter, once you finish school, you can just go and apply. You know, or if you want to be a tradesperson, you can do an apprenticeship. But they weren't very good at explaining that. No one really explained that too well. So I'd have to say, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the whole poor grades and things. It didn't really affect me too much what my grades were.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I don't really agree with the whole grading system with education. Like, I think there should be grades and all that, but I think people should be taught around 14, 15 is when you should start teaching kids like how the world works, rather than
things that are going to have actual applications in your life.
Exactly. Like teach them how to do tax returns. It sounds bad, but like that's the go-to thing that people can't. Because if you like, apparently people, and this is specifically Gen Zers I'm talking about. I've heard, and it was actually like, it's been in news articles and stuff, or news stuff, is that some people who work two jobs, right, didn't realize that, like, that they can only apply the tax. What's the tax threshold?
Tax-free threshold. Yeah,
tax-free threshold. They can only apply it to one of those jobs. They didn't realize that. So these people have applied it to both their jobs, like basically have paid less in tax, and then when the tax time rolls around, they've owed money, and they're all in shock, and they're sitting there going, "Oh, I didn't know." And it's like, well, it's kind of obvious that they state it in a lot of the information they give you, but it's one of those things where they weren't really taught.
I remember year 11 we did that kind of math stuff. Math. So the subject was called math applicants or math application. It was viewed as the easy maths, but like part of it was like working out if you had paid a loan for this amount and the interest rate was this, calculate how much interest you pay over this time of the year. It's just like, ugh.
The only
Anyway,
one of the only things that I did in high school that was real world application was job interviews. We did mock interviews, and I remember doing a mock interview with a mate of mine's dad, who runs his own business. And I can't even remember what the good or bad points were with what he told me I did, but that was the best. That was the best thing that we learned. I remember seeing ages ago. This was like 5 years ago. This is probably maybe 10 years ago. I saw a post on Facebook from a girl I went to school with, talking about how our school didn't do a good sex education. Like, we didn't get taught sex education in school properly. And I remember thinking to myself, no, they went into pretty good detail about safe sex and how sex works and all that other stuff. Like, I don't know what this chick's talking about. So like so some people have biases. Some people think I could be wrong. We could have been taught all this stuff and I just ignored it. But it's quite. I do think that they do need to start pitching around that age group is when you start teaching kids a bit more about how money works. Nobody gets taught how money works. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, any more points you want to finish up on, or
No, that was the last one of those.
okay? Well,
I can't, hold on. 40 things only baby boomers will remember.
one.
Tuning
what
into
was-
I Love Lucy. I know what that is. Licking the S and H green stamps, driving into the movies, taking part in Beatlemania, following Loving v Virginia court case,
playing Battlefield 6.
watching worldwide sports Battlefield 6. It's all watching this. Smoking on airplanes. Apparently that was a thing.
Yeah. it
Still
was.
do it.
Looking up in an encyclopedia.
Sickos got smoke alarms in the flaming toilet.
Clipping baseball cards to your bike spokes.
Oh,
it's
they
all
made a
very-
motor sound like.
Yeah, it's all very American stuff in this one.
Used to do that with like Coke cans or whatever.
Mm.
Drink cans. That did a better sound.
That
Did
did,
have
yeah.
smokes.
I had the little beads on mine that came with the bike
Oh,
that you'd ride along and they'd move up and down the actual
gotcha.
bike tire bit or the wheel.
Oh, weren't you cool?
All right, and that was so that article. This 40 things. That's good housekeeping. Okay, 14 things boomers got right about
Okay.
life that we've all forgotten.
Okay.
Old E. The value of open communication, the importance of saving, the art of letter writing,
Troy, I think we've had enough.
the
boomer talk.
importance of downtime,
Troy, stop. It's enough.
the joy of cooking at home,
Oh, that's pretty good actually. I can get around that one.
the power of patience,
Powerful.
the significance of community engagement, the discipline of hard work.
Troy,
It's
it's gone for an hour and a half.
damn it, Jackson. I wish I was a boomer. They had it all perfect.
Give it 20 years.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening to this.
Okay, wait,
episode.
I was gonna play the
Yeah,
outro.
yeah, you can just play it. Play it.
I don't know which one's the outro.
I don't really remember which one specifically it was the outro.
Would you like nuclear cover?
That was at the end, yes. For your family, your friends, your loved
Wrong.
ones.
Don't be rude.
I've got that one. That'll do.
Don't be rude.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
Well, I guess you could say, technically.
I'm a white guy, and I'm ready to kill.
What are you really drinking?
You still sports drink. What are you really drinking? Drink responsibly.